stymie you guys?
Well, I think once again it was the rebounding, and our inability to defend without fouling. Now you're playing against a set defense for 12 minutes. And then you couple that on top of turnovers. I think those are three areas that stood out to me, Mike. Big stretch was at the end of the third quarter. They closed on a 20-7 run. Took all the momentum going into the fourth quarter, and then they closed the game on a 10-2 run. And we just can't turn the ball over that many times, especially second half, fourth quarter. Can't give them 15 offense rebounds for 20 points. And we went to the foul line 15 times. They went there 28. And just, late in the game, throw the ball to Nicola, we turn it over. Late in the game, ISO one-on-one basketball, and they get us lifted, get to the foul line. So, definitely a lot to learn from and watch on film from this one.
You mentioned that 27 run in the third quarter, Michael. Obviously, you guys have taken control of the game there from the start. What did they do over the second half and the third to kind of flip the game back around?
Well, I think it was we fueled their break. I think we had probably 3 possessions in a row where we turned it over. And those turnovers led to runouts, and that's what got the crowd into it, whether it was quickly making a shot, Josh Hart making a shot. You can't fuel other teams' breaks. This is going to be 2 very good basketball teams, close game, and the most aggressive team and the team that makes the fewest mistakes is usually going to win. And I felt in that 20-7 stretch it was we just did not help ourselves with our ability to just value the basketball.
You guys tried several different defenders on Jalen Brunson. What makes him so tough? I think team high 24.
Yeah, he's he's an all-star caliber player. Great pickup for them, having an excellent year. And both he and Julius are just tough covers with their ability to play in space, and he's strong. And there's a great example of he's not the quickest guy in the world, but he's shifty. He really knows how to use his body and change his speeds and directions. And when he gets downhill into the paint, he's got all the moves, shot fakes, turnarounds, step-throughs, very, very crafty. And you give him credit. Obviously, first game back, he's been out for a little bit, and the way he started the game was really impressive. In that first quarter, he came out in attack mode. I thought after that we did a pretty good job on him. Then late in the game, they're going to go to their 2 best players, and those guys, they carried him.
What was it with that Jamal plus bench lineup that made you want to try to get a little bit of that matchup zone it looked like you guys were trying to utilize?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
What was it about that Jamal plus the all-bench lineup where you wanted to try to utilize it? Looked like a bit of a matchup zone.
No, we didn't play any zone. It may have looked like it at times, but just probably shrinking the floor. Against this team, they live in the paint. They're number 2 in drives per game. They're number 2 in ISOs per game, and they're 30th in assists per game. So just probably boxes and elbows, shrink the floor, try to make those guys see a crowd as best as possible. But I thought that bench unit in that first half played pretty well. And then obviously at the end that third quarter, that was probably the decisive run that didn't allow us to win today.
We've seen a couple teams do this now, Coach, where teams will apply a lot of pressure on Jamal Murray, whether that's just an aggressive defender, send a double team. What can you guys do to maybe relieve some of that once teams start to do that? Yeah,
we can screen better. I think we often think physicality is just on the defensive end, and that's wrong. I think the best teams are also really aggressive and physical on the offensive end. You can set screens. You can get those bigger defenders off of Jamal so he can operate in space. I know I say it over and over again, but they shot 50 from the field. They got to the foul line 28 times. But when we get stops, Jamal in the open court is terrific. And that's where I think all of our players are probably most effective. So screening better, getting him open, and obviously I think getting him in the open court before they can set their defense and kind of implement whatever game plan they have designed to stop him.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.
We'll do everything.